Are you looking to spice up your classroom environment but not sure where to start? Well, you're in the right place. Today, I'm excited to share with you 5 genius space hacks every teacher needs to try. From simple tweaks to creative overhauls, these hacks are easy to implement and have a big impact on engagement and learning. So grab a notepad and let's turn your classroom into an inspiring, dynamic space where learning thrives. My name is Scott, and you're watching Immediate Immersion, where we're all about comprehension-based instruction in the modern language classroom. We'll be right back. One of the most dynamic changes we can bring to our classrooms is through flexible seating arrangements. It's fascinating how just changing the way seats are arranged can significantly impact student interaction and learning. For instance, think about the traditional row setup versus a circle or U shape. In a circle, every student can see each other, which naturally fosters a sense of community and encourages open communication. It's great for discussions, especially in a language class where you want students to engage in conversational practice. U shapes are similar, but provide a bit more structure, ideal for both group discussions and focused attention on a central point, like a speaker or presentation. Then there's the concept of learning stations. This is where it gets really exciting for language teachers. Imagine having different corners of your room dedicated to specific language skills. A reading nook filled with books in the target language, a conversation area with comfortable seating to encourage speaking practice, and maybe a multimedia station for listening and interactive activities. These stations not only break the monotony, but also cater to different learning preferences. Some students might thrive in the quiet of a reading corner, while others might excel in the interactive, tech-driven area. And here's the kicker about why this is so great for language acquisition. These setups mirror real-life language use. In the real world, we don't use language in a vacuum. We use it in various settings for various purposes. Flexible seating and learning stations mimic this, providing students with a more holistic, natural language learning environment. It's like bringing a piece of the real world into the classroom, and that's invaluable for language learning. Integrating these flexible seating and learning station ideas can really transform a classroom into a more engaging, effective, and realistic language learning space. It's all about creating an environment where students can learn and use the language in ways that feel natural and relevant to them. Let's talk about interactive walls and bulletin boards. Picture this, a classroom where walls aren't just walls, but dynamic tools for learning. Interactive language walls are a game changer. If you've never created an interactive wall before, hit that like button. I know I can't be the only one. But once I learned about them, I can't stop. Imagine dedicating a section of your classroom wall to a vibrant vocabulary display. But here's the catch. The words aren't just pasted up there, they're movable. This means students can physically interact with them, creating sentences, matching synonyms, or even grouping them into thematic categories. It's a hands-on learning at its best. And grammar structures? They can be a bit daunting for students, right? But what if we turn them into a visual interactive display? Picture a wall where verb conjugations, sentence structures, and common phrases are not only just displayed, but are also part of a larger engaging puzzle that students can physically rearrange. This could make those tricky grammar lessons much more approachable and memorable. Now, let's not forget bulletin boards. They're not just for announcements. Transform them into celebrated spaces for student work. Imagine a student board filled with dialogues written by students, artwork, inspired by the target culture, or even collaborative projects. This not only showcases their hard work, but also gives them a sense of pride and ownership over their learning. Plus, it's a great way for students to learn from each other's work. And speaking of culture, enhancing cultural exposure is crucial in language teaching, isn't it? Authentic materials like posters, artifacts, or news clippings from the countries where the target language is spoken can turn a simple bulletin board into a cultural gateway. It brings the real world into the classroom, making the learning experience more relevant and enriching. It's like having a piece of Berlin, Madrid, or Tokyo right there in your classroom. Incorporating these elements not only makes the classroom more engaging, but also deeply enriches the learning experience. It's about creating an environment where the walls speak, the boards tell stories, and every corner is an opportunity for discovery. Let's dive into technology. It's truly amazing how technology can transform a traditional classroom into an interactive learning hub. Think about the impact of integrating tablets, laptops, or interactive whiteboards. These aren't just gadgets, they're gateways to a world of digital language exercises and immersive experiences. For instance, using tablets for interactive language apps can make learning vocabulary and grammar feel like playing a game. And interactive whiteboards, they're perfect for collaborative exercises like creating mind maps or digital storytelling, which is fantastic for engaging students in a more visual and tactile way. And let's not forget the power of virtual connections. Setting up a dedicated corner in the classroom for video calls or virtual exchanges can open up the world to your students. Through this, they can have real-time conversations with native speakers or even connect with other classrooms in other countries. Imagine the excitement of your students as they chat with peers from across the globe, practicing the language in a real and meaningful context. It's not just about learning a language, it's about experiencing it firsthand, understanding its culture, its people, and its nuances. This kind of technology integration does more than just spice up the classroom environment. It breaks down geographical barriers and brings the language to life. It's about making learning not only interactive, but also incredibly relevant and immersive. Students get to see the practical application of their language skills in real-world scenarios, which is both motivating and enlightening. Incorporating these tech tools smartly can turn a regular classroom into an innovative space where language learning is not just about textbooks and drills, but about experiencing and interacting with the world in new and exciting ways. It's an approach that aligns perfectly with the principles of comprehensible input, making learning more natural, intuitive, and fun. What are your thoughts on integrating these technologies in the language classroom? Please share in the comments below. It's incredible how the layout of a classroom can drastically influence the learning experience. We often use a variety of instructional methods like TPR, storytelling, and group projects. Each of these methods can benefit greatly from a different layout. For TPR activities, you might want an open space where students can move around freely, acting out verbs or phrases. Storytelling, on the other hand, could be more engaging in a cozy circle arrangement where everyone can see and interact with each other. And for group projects, rearranging desks into clusters can foster collaboration and discussion. It's like the classroom becomes a chameleon, adapting its shape to support the learning activity at hand. Now, considering different class sizes and needs, the flexibility of our classroom setup becomes even more crucial. In smaller classes, we might opt for some more intimate settings that encourage individual attention and interaction. For larger classes, we might need to get creative with space to ensure everyone is engaged and involved. It's all about maximizing the space we have to cater to the dynamics of each class. This might mean modular furniture that's easy to move around or multi-purpose areas that can be quickly adapted for various activities. And let's not forget the importance of creating a safe and inclusive space. Our classrooms need to be more than just physically accessible. They should be places where every student feels comfortable and supported. This means considering different learning needs and preferences, ensuring that there are quiet corners for introspective learners, as well as communal areas for those who thrive in group settings. It's all about creating an environment that respects and celebrates diversity, making every student feel valued and part of the community. In essence, a flexible and dynamic learning environment is key to an effective and inclusive language classroom. It's not just about the physical space, it's about creating an atmosphere that adapts to and supports the diverse needs and learning styles of our students. And this adaptability can make a world of difference in how our students experience and acquire a new language. Hey there, quick pause. If you're enjoying these classroom space hacks and wondering how they align with your unique teaching style, I've got something special for you. Head over to our classroom management quiz at mm.us/cmquiz. It's a few short questions, but the insights you'll gain are huge. You'll get a detailed report on the type of classroom manager you are, and the next steps to take for even better classroom management. Don't miss out on this personalized guide to enhance your teaching experience. Now, let's get back to those awesome space hacks. The power of color and lighting in a learning environment is something we often overlook, but it's incredibly influential. The right visual aesthetics can transform the mood and atmosphere of a classroom. Think about how different colors evoke different emotions and can be used strategically to create a vibrant and stimulating learning environment. For instance, blue can induce calmness and focus, while yellow might inspire energy and creativity. And lighting, it's a crucial too. Natural light can boost mood and energy levels, making it ideal for language learning. Even the choice of artificial lighting can make a difference. Soft, warm lights can create a welcoming, relaxed atmosphere, perfect for conversational practice. In language teaching, engaging multiple senses can significantly enhance the learning experience. Background music in the target language, for instance, not only sets a cultural tone, but also aids in language immersion and retention. Imagine a Spanish class with soft flamenco music in the background, or a French lesson accompanied by some gentle chanson. Tactile learning materials are another great addition. Using physical objects for vocabulary games or grammar exercises can cater to kinesthetic learners and make abstract concepts more tangible. And then there's the aspect of creating a culturally immersive environment. This goes beyond just teaching the language. It's about bringing the culture to life in the classroom. Decorating the space with cultural artifacts, posters, and flags can give students a visual taste of the countries where the language is spoken. Even better, incorporating authentic materials like newspapers, magazines, or books can provide a real-world context to language lessons. It's about creating an environment that doesn't just teach the language, but celebrates and immerses students in the culture. These elements can transform a typical language classroom into a rich, immersive learning experience. Thank you all for watching. I hope these space hacks inspire some amazing transformations in your classroom. If you have any creative tips or experiences of your own, please share them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to take our classroom management style quiz to discover what type of classroom manager you are. I think you'll be surprised at the results. The link is in the description. Also, feel free to check out one of the 2 videos appearing on your screen for more insights and ideas. Until next time, happy comprehensible input.